Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. As I promised in the last episode, we are going to be taking up the Arrow 3A, but we will not be taking up the unmanned version. We will be launching the 3AM. Once it loads. Which should look familiar to all of you. It is a 3A with a Kerbal on top. Nice! Now, I know this thing can reach lunar orbit, which is our mission for today. We are not attempting to land. We do not have a way to get back off or to land safely. So, we will be conducting an orbital procedure. We will be entering orbit and leaving orbit of the moon, or Mun, as the case might be. Hey, I got another subscriber. Sweet. Could not switch monitor resolution? Oh, right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not entirely certain what happened there, but we're back. Actually, I know what happened there. I'm running dual screen, and my secondary screen didn't appreciate me. Alright, so here we are with the Arrow 3AM. If you guessed, the M stands for Manned Mission. So, without too much ado, let's set our orbital altitude. 100 kilometers seems good to me. Let's engage our descent autopilot. Okay, hold on. Let's start our mission countdown. Checking my clock. Which I think I forgot to set last time. In 5, 4, 3, autopilot on, 2, 1, liftoff. Why are you in docking control? And liftoff. After a minor computer error. Autopilot is engaged. We are in vertical ascent mode. We have a much bigger engine underneath us this time. One of these big 4 boosters. What are these? The Griffin G8D. Or Golf 8 Delta. Griffin Golf 8 Delta primary engines. We are on liftoff. We are limiting to terminal velocity. I love the rocketry stuff, by the way. Look at this. Kerbal Space Program written along the side with the logo on the smaller tank. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Alright, so we are in liftoff stage. As you guys can guess, most of this flight will be autopilot managed. We are targeting 100 kilometers for our temporary orbit. Alright, so we are starting our gravity turn. We are accelerating upwards at quite a good pace, come to think of it. We are still limiting to terminal velocity. Acceleration is limited. Getting the tilt back up here. Let's check our orbital trajectory on the main map. Apoapsis at 13,000. Alright, we are still in liftoff stage. I repeat, we are still in liftoff stage. Alright, what are you doing today? Oh, I forgot to enable auto warping. There we go. Now we are going to jettison this stage, and hopefully this module will have enough fuel to get us all the way to the moon. Or to the Mun, as the case might be. We're gravity turning still. We've gone to full burn on the primary engine. It's not too bad there. Watching that engine overheat gauge. Look at our roll, pitch, and yaw. Working. We are continuing our gravity turn. Ascent path is good. Delays are good. We will be staging shortly. Standing by for primary stage. We are now coasting to the edge of the atmosphere. Upon which point we will jettison our primary engine. Let's give it RCS control. We're still in coast mode. Let's give that RCS a break. Don't want to use up too much of it now. What should happen is we'll reach edge of atmosphere and we'll then jettison our primary engine after a brief delay. Standing by. We have an 820. That's strange. It's quite a longer burn than I thought it would be. That's a strangely long burn to circularize. Node is in 1 minute. Let's let that nose drift down onto the node marker there. The little blue marker tells us what direction we need to be aimed in. And today was a night launch, as a matter of fact. Which is fine. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Primary stage is a little low on fuel. Now our orbits can get thrown a little bit by the loss of this fuel tank. And yes, 100 kilometers is my standard parking orbit for just about everything I do. Fortunately, it looks like most of my satellites are on the other side of the planet right now. Oh boy, that's not good. Doesn't look like we suffered any damage to anything, though. That might have just been an extra fuel tank blowing off. So we're going to circularize the orbit. Looks like we have plenty of fuel for this. Check our Delta V status here. We are in vacuum 2-3. Yeah, we got plenty of Delta V remaining in that tank. All right, let's bring her back down. She'll fine-tune it a little bit. And she will cut right about there. Okay, so we are now in orbit. This module does have a radiothermal electric generator on it because this is a modified probe and I never took it off. Probably could save a little bit of weight, but it doesn't matter too much. Alright, so let's get rid of our ascent guidance. Delta V gets the place of honor over here. Maneuver planner, let's bring that up now. Alright, so we want to switch to home and transfer to target. To do that, we have to have a target. So let's get down here, find the moon. Moon, moon, moon. Where are you, moon? Somewhere. There we go. Moon. Set it as our target. Create and execute pathing. Okay. So, MechaJeb just took most of the complexness out of this. Calculated our orbit for us. And is now warping us to the target. It has already aligned us correctly. Let's just watch this happen. So this should leave us with about 840. So it'll leave us with a little bit more than 1,000 meters per second delta V remaining. It's a good thing. Because don't forget, we have to get back. This ain't a one-way trip for Jebediah. Alright, we got Moonrise. We have a good line. We are now burning. Burning away, burning away, burning away. Jebediah Kerbin is happy as a clam. He better be. He's going to the moon. The moon, ladies and gentlemen, the moon. And yeah, some people are going to criticize me saying Mechajeb makes this too easy. Mechajeb. But I quite like Mechajeb, to be honest with you guys. Because I can't fly these things for crap. So, engine speed's going to cut here. Alright, let's switch this around here. Circularize. We'll hold that for a bit. And we're going to let her drift now. Let's zoom out. Let's watch this happen. This is a Hohmann transfer orbit, by the way, that we are now proceeding in. So we leave the planet Kerbal behind, and we travel to the moon. For Kerbal Kind's first trip to the moon. Prograde, please. You're quite a distance away. However, we should... That's our descending node. Moon encounter. Let's speed it up a little bit for you guys. Whoa, God. By now, we should actually be able to see the moon. Alright, hold on. Let me bring her down out of warp speed for a second, so that Mechajeb can take over and put us into a prograde orbit. The moon is somewhere off this way. Hello? Moon. Ah! Moon! Lock her to retrograde. Because that's where our burn's probably going to be. Yeah, because we're going to have to slow down once we enter lunar orbit. Because we want to enter an actual orbit around the moon, not just screw ourselves up a little bit. So right now what we're waiting on to start our orbital calculations is for us to actually enter the moon's sphere of influence, which is marked by that little thing right there. Of course, no one told me these things when I first started playing. Alright, let's slow this down. And our orbital map, not quite. It's going to do some weird stuff as soon as we enter lunar orbit. But we are going to set for an orbit of about 90 kilometers. Alright, let's slow this way down. Alright, this can be kind of tricky. Set it to 80. And 80. Ah, okay. So we're kind of waiting now. If we bring this back up. Let's drop out of this. We are waiting to actually approach the moon. Okay. There's Kerbal. And there's the moon. We are heading right at it. Let's speed up time warp a little bit here. Let's let her flip around. We're going to change our periapsis to about 80. Pull this open. Our periapsis has been set to about 80-ish. Okay. So that's close enough, you know. 79, 80, close enough. Okay. Apoapsis. Right. So we can't. We have to be below the altitude of our new apoapsis to actually turn the burn to that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to speed up time. Quite significantly, in fact. We'll... What? Alright, looks like we've done a lunar flyby. That was a little bit fast for me. I didn't realize that would happen. Okay. Let us attempt to rescue. I'm not sure we'll have enough fuel to pull this one off. Let's set it to 65 kilometers. Create and execute. Okay. Hopefully we didn't balls this up too much. Let's see what happens when we actually re-enter our flight path. So instead of doing what we wanted to do, we have just done a lunar flyby. Sorry about that, guys. That was my mistake. Darn you, time compression. Oh god. What the hell did I just do? Yeah, we're gonna lose this flight. Maybe not. Abort node execution. So look at this flight path we've just gotten ourselves into. Okay, so we're going to be escaping Kerbal in 4 days. We can't bring our periapsis in by enough. But let's kick this time warp up a bit. Just get our bearings again. Okay. So what's going to happen now is we're sweeping back in, right? We're going to have a very limited window here. A very limited window for this. And if we screw this up, well, sorry, Jebediah. Okay. You can see our little spacecraft moving around in there. Now, our orbital speed's kind of strange right now. Let's speed this up a little bit more. Now, hopefully, we don't just blast by the moon. Okay? Because the moon's going to be right bloody there. Right? Oh, this is going to be interesting. Hopefully I can make this work. No, this could be a very, very difficult little run. Alright, so we're going to be coming in on the wrong side of the moon. Okay. It's fine, though. What is our line being drawn to, anyways? Get rid of that, please. Okay. Now understand, guys, I don't especially... Okay, we're going to have a very small amount of time to do this in. Okay, and Mooner... Sphere of Influence. Slowing this way the hell down. Okay, so we're going to end up in a Mooner Escape over here, going off that way. Okay, but all is not lost yet, right? Maneuver Planner. Okay. Okay, I'm only going to need about 100 MS for this burn. Okay. Okay, let's get out of the map view. And let's sit back and wait. And I'm not going to speed it up more than this. We saw what happened the last time. Of course, Jebediah is happy as a clam out there. We want to get underneath 80 clicks. Let's say 85. One more tick. Once it drops back into meters, we're drifting towards the moon. Jebediah is happy as a clam. We have almost lost him, and he is thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. Now here's the thing. Even if I can only get my vehicle back into lunar orbit, that still puts it in a parking orbit. Okay? Like, we still have a parking orbit here. I can still get my a rescue vehicle. And get myself back there. Alright, let's slow this down. Oh, let's speed up a little bit. Alright, let's call you 80, create a next periapsis. Oh, son of a gun. Create and execute. 213. We might still have enough Delta V remaining in this rocket to get us back to Kerbal. Might. Big flippin' might. 14 minutes left on our clock. The attempt. Look at that Jebediah. We're getting that lunar orbital after all. We're dropping out of our warp. 4 minutes remaining on our burn. We're spending 200 Delta V. We will have 700 remaining. We are lining up. We are aligned. You know, it's probably a wicked good thing that I built this much extra fuel into the Aero 3s. I designed the Arrow 3 for this sort of a task, deep space exploration. Mind you, the Arrow 3M was not designed for this sort of a mission, but it's okay. You alright over there, Jebediah? God, I hope you are. Looks like we're about to cut our engines. Are we actually in a lunar orbit? Are we? Are we? 7, 6, 5, 4... This episode's probably going to run long, guys. Yeah, it is. And... tell me we are in a moon orbit right now. We are! We have salvaged the mission. We are out of line, though. So let's fix that. Let us change inclination. No, I want match planes with target. Zoom out. Actually, we can set as target, match planes with target. Okay, now how did I do this again? Alright, hold on, let me figure this out. Fortunately now... I have literally all of the time in the world to do this. Nope. Alright, inclination change. Right, we do not have nearly enough ability to pull that one off. Or that one. We're gonna have to go for the risky thing then. So here's the problem. How did I get my camera back? We're basically... making a shot in the dark here. I'm attempting to switch my orbital trajectory. I'm hoping that this works. We have just enough delta V remaining to kick us around a little bit. Alright, we are sure as hell taking the long way around on this one. But we should complete the burn now. Here we go. Now hopefully this will work, because here we're going to be here and here. Okay. Let's accelerate time. More than we probably should. We should translate to an earthbound orbit. Yoink. We have translated to our Kerbal-bound orbit. And I'm hoping this bloody thing works. We may have to make a couple passes at this. Because we're going to be aero braking. But hopefully... Hey, Kerbal. How's it going, Kerbal? Yeah, we're in atmo, and we should be decelerating. Okay. We're going to take a risk here. I'm going to pull up the Smart ASS. Push us to retrograde. Okay. We're going to zoom back out. Hopefully we should be able to get a bit more speed out of this time warp now. Here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to head back out there. Hopefully not enter anyone else's sphere of influence while we do it. Because the thing is, I don't want to be out here when the moon comes back around. We'll re-enter its orbit, and then it's going to be all sorts of a mess. So, let's get back out here. Okay. Let's slow it down now. Create a new one at the apoapsis. Add maneuver. Okay, I don't want quite that close. Still just a little close. Just a minor little pop. What is it? 3,000. It's a little tight. I want more like 50 maybe? Nope. What does that get me? 16. $23. Be a tiny little orbital adjust here. Good enough. Alright, we got 10 minutes until the burn. This should be, if all goes according to plan, our final rotation to bring Jebediah Kerman back to the planet. I hope. Put it to you this way, I sincerely hope this is the last burn we need. Alright, and we're burning, SAS flickering, and we will complete the burn now. Burn complete. Our new periapsis is sitting nicely. 32,000. Let's give us some time warp. Oh, that slowed us down a bit. Jebediah, you'll be able to get out of your capsule soon enough. There is your planet, my friend. There is your planet. We're coming in. We knew it would be a close incoming. Let's slow it down a little bit. A little bit faster there. And we've lost all time warp capability. We are on the dark side of the planet. Let's give us a bit more time acceleration here. I want to wrap this up kind of soon, guys. We are still supposedly retrograde. I'll turn you off as a formality. We are now in Atmo. We are now in the atmosphere. We are entering hotter than hell. Alright, so let us resume control of the vehicle. Let's get a little bit of tilt going on here. I'm kind of reticent to jettison anything. I'm not certain if we won't go around for another rotation. We are aero braking right now. The atmospheric heat effects. Wind resistance is flipping the capsule. We are coming in wicked hot now. Alright, let's give it a final burn here. And we just lost the pod. Well, we are landing one way or another, guys. We are coming in. Whoa, Jesus. Let's get that SAS back on, shall we? Now that LPM probe will eventually degrade, don't worry. Yep, we will not escape the planet's influence, ladies and gentlemen. We will not escape it. We are definitely landing this thing. Looks like a nighttime overland impact. I hope it's not an impact. We are still in the atmosphere. Coming pretty shallow, actually. Nice shallow landing. I'm surprised we didn't skip off, but that hasn't been implemented yet, I guess. That thing may achieve orbit again. No, it won't. It'll come back down, actually. Boy, this is a long re-entry burn. Long re-entry this time. Looks like we're coming in nice and shallow, though. Altitude 2600. Let's give it a little bit more speed here. That parachute popped a little early. I guess it's functioning as a drogue right now. Well, looks like we are going to have a water landing. So we are 5 kilometers up. Capsule is coming down. 3 kilometers up. 1 kilometer up. Slow this down for the final entry. You're coming in for splashdown. Chute has deployed. Chute has deployed. Pod is coming down at 6.2 meters per second. Parachute is good. Parachute is good. Come inside the capsule. What do we see? Nothing. Let's get back outside and let's take a look at this. 300 meters. $200 meters. Coming in on 200 meters. 200 meters. Coming down at a pretty nice slow clip. We are going to have a water impact. Nighttime water impact. Hope our teams are up for the recovery mission. Not too far from the coast. Actually, I think the coast is visible from over here. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, splashdown. We have returned Jebediah Kerman from his slightly elongated adventure. Wow. Whew. I thought we were going to lose him there. I really thought we were going to lose Jebediah. The pod's flipping over. Now what does it look like from in here? Hold on. Water. Well, good thing the pod's floating. You know? We have returned from the moon, ladies and gentlemen. We have orbited the moon and returned to Kerbal. Thank you very much for watching. This was a long episode, but I didn't want to cut it partway. Because you didn't know if Jebediah was coming back or not. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, thank you so much for watching. This has been Mr. Kasarian. And if you enjoyed this episode, including my own derps and returning Jebediah Kerman safe and alive back to Kerbal, please leave a comment, like, and or subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fun, as always. Happy flying.